Kal Halal, Yahweh, Basham, Rashai, Basham, Rakal Kodash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Shalom, double honors to the elders of GMS, great millstone. Shalom to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Greetings.
Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Nobody noticed him. Just a janitor, sweeping floors in a building full of suits. But what they didn't see was the fire inside him. While they gossiped, he devoured audiobooks. While they clocked out, he studied under the break room light. Every broom sweep came with a silent promise. This isn't where my story ends. Years later, the man wasn't cleaning the office anymore. He owned the building. Grind in silence. Build when no one's watching. One day they won't just see you. They'll answer to you. Nobody noticed him. Just a janitor.
Alright, so YouTube give it a recommendation. Give power over the nations, alright? So, spiritually, with this knowledge of truth, because you can be reading audiobooks all you want. Yeah, that's for this world. We lay up our treasures in heaven. That is where our mind is, pursuing to the precepts. But yeah.
Nobody noticed him. Just a janitor, sweeping floors in a building full of suits.
Just a janitor. So, I'm going to deal with this first piece. Just a janitor in a building full of suits. So, a janitor is low in the job class, right? It is. It's low in the job class, just like Jay. Just like the Israelites. And them Israelites that you see, them celebrities and stuff, they sold their souls to the devil himself, but they're still slaves. Slaves to who? The devil. Who is the devil? Esau, Edom, so-called white man. The red man, pursuant to Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. Esau came out all over red lichen hairy garment. Not that he came out with a full beard, but he came over a red lichen hairy garment. Ancient Israelites, they will dye animal skin red, and they compared and contrast to Esau as that. Esau is not white. The so-called white man. So you could look at it as the janitor represents the children of Israel, the Israelites. Even Prince, he was a celebrity, but he had slave written on his face. Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. Red letter, words of Yahushua. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many shall be called, but few chosen. Who are the chosen? The few chosen? The elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. And they're going to go from being last to being first. Just a janitor. So the janitor is low on the hierarchy scale of the job world. So Israelites are going to go from rags to riches, starting with the elect. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Those building full of suits, you can have those as the Edomites. The first is going to go to the last, and the last is going to go to the first.
While they gossiped. But what they didn't see was the fire inside him.
Then it goes on to like a fire inside of him. You gotta be on fire for this truth. You don't want to be lukewarm. Red letter, words of Yahushua. Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So they say there's a fire inside him. You gotta be on fire for this truth. You gotta be hot on fire for this truth. Jeremiah chapter 20, verse 9. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in mine heart, mind. Going to the Hebrew here for heart is love. In my mind as a burning fire, shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. So the truth is, you gotta be on fire for this truth. You set a fire inside of him. So the next point was, while they gossiped, he devoured audiobooks. You can devour audiobooks all you want. You want to be devouring this truth, these scriptures. So replace audiobooks with these scriptures. Meditate on this word day and night. Psalm chapter 1, verse 2, but his delight is in the law of Yahweh, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Devour this truth, devour these precepts. Through thy precepts I gain understanding. Occupy in prophecy, occupy, as the scripture saith. Sirach chapter 39, verse 1, be he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. Occupied in prophecies in these scriptures. So, because you devour audiobooks, that's not, you want to occupy in prophecies. I'm not saying it's a sin to listen to audiobooks, but the main book you want to be occupied in, devouring, is these scriptures, not some audiobook somewhere. All that clocked out was the next point. He studied under the break room light. Occupy in prophecies. Occupy in these scriptures. Luke chapter 19, verse 13. Red letter from Yahushua. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Occupy what? Occupy in what? In these scriptures and prophecy. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. He studied, it said, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You gotta study in this truth. For the truth. The prophets, they studied. True prophets of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai in these times, that's what I'm saying, they studied. They studied. Through the powers of the Holy Spirit, of course, from Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. That is how they are able to understand. True prophets now, coming back in the reincarnation, Mudar knew more now than the prophets of old. And a precept to back that up. Psalm 119, start at verse 97. Mem, Pele Hebrew Ma. Oh, how love I thy law. It is my meditation all the day. Thou, through thy commandments, hast made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep thy precepts. More than the ancients. Prophets are ancients. Seek out the wisdom of all the ancient prophets. Every broom sweep came with the promise. This isn't where my story ends, was the next point. So we work for this devil, these Edomites, so-called white man. But surely this isn't where our story is going to end. One of these days, the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. And beginning with the elect, the Israelites are going to be there. When Yahushua come back, Esau's kingdom is over with. It's going to be the kingdom of Yahushua when them chariots appear. And this will all be over. Even the 2/3 Israelites will come back and be born again into the kingdom of heaven. Romans chapter 11, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, they shall come out of Zion, the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. It's going to come out of Zion amongst the Israelites. Yahushua, the deliverer. What does Yahushua mean? His name? Yah meaning he. Yahushua means saves, deliver. He is the deliverer. That is what the name Yahushua means. The name of his father is Yahweh. His name means Yah meaning he. Hawa means exist. He exists. And shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Starting with the elect, 2/3, and all Israel shall be saved. Going to be born again to the kingdom of heaven, the reincarnation. Reincarnation is a biblical concept. Prove that real quick. Many precepts. Who do you say I am? This is one of them. Matthew chapter 16, verse 15. Start at verse 13. When Yahushua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, how do you pronounce this? He asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. By this point, why would they say Yahushua is a dead man? They knew about reincarnation in the ancient world. Jeremiah would have came back somewhere. He would have either been in the spirit world or came back by this point. And they knew about the reincarnation cycle. Why would they say Yahweh Shai would be a dead man? They knew about reincarnation back then. He wasn't clinging to office anymore. Last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Read 2 Ezra chapter 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Next is going to be Israelites on top, and the other heathen nations on the bottom. It's going to be the lowest. Esau, Edom, the tabernacles of Edom, pursuant to Psalm the 83rd chapter. List the enemies of the nation of Israel in order. The tabernacles of Edom is first, uno enemy. Next is the Ishmaelites. Next is of Moab. Ishmael is who? The Arabs, so-called Arabs. Moab is who? So-called Chinese, Chinaman. He owned the building. Israel's going to rule the world. So liken that building to the world, because right now, read Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of judges. If not, where and who is he? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Esau rules the world. You can liken that world to the building. But the next age that's coming, next world is who? Israelite world. Meaning Israelite age. Not the whole earth is going to go boom Death Star style. The Israelites going to rule next. Let's get that. The earth abideth forever. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 4. One generation passes away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The whole world ain't gonna go Death Star style. New heavens and new earth is refreshed. Happens in earth. 2 Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This world here is pursuing to an age, a rulership. Different rulerships in Daniel 7. Syrian Empire, Babylonian Empire, Greek Empire, so on and so forth. Those were different ages. The age of the Greeks, age of the Romans. Next is the age of the Israelites. It says, "Grind in silence." Well, true prophets, when they teach and preach, it's not in silence. So, yeah. Build when no one is watching. They're building in front of everybody. By building, they're posting the videos, building in front of everybody. They're speaking the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai in front of anybody. Cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, as is written in Isaiah. They're doing that in front of everybody. This is spiritual being built up. The tabernacle of David is being built up spiritually in front of everybody. So one day they won't just seal the answer to you. All these other nations, Israel's going to be on top, and they're going to have to answer to the Israelites. Amos chapter 9 verse 11. It's not working. Alright. It ain't working either. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. So you see the tabernacle of David's being raised up right now, spiritually in front of everybody. So it's not being done in silence. True prophets, you can liken the grinding unto putting out videos. It's not being done in silence. One thing, Matthew chapter 6 verse 6, but thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Now you see that being done in secret. You know, praying and fasting, studying. Like if I'm studying some precepts or something, I'm not filming myself studying and posting it on YouTube right then and there. Like I was reading some scriptures now, before I did the teaching. I didn't film myself reading the scriptures. You know, when you pray, I'm not filming myself always while praying. So you see with the silence and stuff and all that. So don't forget to pray and fast. Hold on to this truth. With that, Shalom. Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Yoshai, Basham, Rakal Kodash, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai. Shalom. Double honor to the elder of GMS, Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem Shai Willam. This teaching lesson was edifying to the flock, the little flock, the remnant, the few who are chosen, which is whom? The elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. Yahweh Shai hammering the point. Simon son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Feed my sheep. Feed the sheep what? Green pastures. And what are green pastures? 100% truth, pursuing the Psalm 23rd chapter. With that, Shalom.